recording. I'm first going to tell you guys a little bit about me. My name is Courtney, and I'm one of Carly's personally sponsored coaches. I started Rock the Basics in March. I had started my journey a little bit before that, but I had been traveling a ton. I just got back from being overseas for the past year and a half, and so it wasn't until March until I got settled into a new place, and I started looking for a job, and I couldn't really find anything and knew I needed a little extra income, so I jumped into coaching, and I wasn't really sure what it would be like or what I would think about it, but I figured I would just give it a try. I started doing postings, and people started commenting on my weight loss and just asking me what I was doing. So I figured, well, why not? Let's see what happens. I haven't had a huge warm market. I know some people will start getting on their first month Success Club 20, 30 because they know a ton of people who are interested. That has not been what's happened for me at all. So if you feel like you're struggling and you haven't had this huge warm market, don't feel frustrated. Don't give up. A huge thing that you need to do is really learn to expand your market and get outside your comfort zone. So I've done different things to start expanding my market. One thing that happened today was at the gym, I was wearing a 21-day fix shirt, and a girl just approached me and asked me if I was doing the 21-day fix and asked me some information. I handed her my phone and I added her on Facebook, and now we're going to get her set up in my group. So that is one way that you can start expanding your market. Another thing that I was doing was I went to the hairdresser and I had my snacks with me in my 21-day fix containers. She knew what they were and she asked me about them. So really just sharing what you're doing with as many people as possible without making it seem awkward. So when people ask me what I do, I tell them that I am a health and fitness coach, and then I explain to them what I do, and some interest grows over that. I had dinner on Saturday night and talked to a girl about the coaching opportunity, and she wants to get signed up. So there's lots of ways just by talking to people. So even if you aren't posting and getting a million comments and a million likes, like, don't feel frustrated, don't give up. I've continued posting 3 times a day consistently, and started sharing my story. I'm getting a lot more questions and a lot more people asking. And as I've messaged people in my friends list on Facebook that I haven't talked to in maybe some of them 10 plus years, one of the first things that they say to me is, wow, you're really inspirational. It's really awesome that you're sharing your fitness journey with everyone. So there's so many people that are watching me that I never had any idea were watching me. So just make sure that you know that people are really watching you and they're paying attention to your journey. A few ways that I've been expanding my market are Instagram. So expanding my Instagram followers, I've started using an app called Crowdfire, which is a really cool app. I know I'm going to do a call on that later just specifically, but if you guys want to download it, it's where you follow other people's followers and a lot of them follow you back. I've expanded my Instagram base from 300 people to 4,500 people in less than a month. So that's a really great way to get more people interested in health and fitness. I've also used Buy Sell Trade. So if you guys are part of some Buy Sell Trade groups, it's a great way to post free clean eating groups and also some of your upcoming challenge groups. I've gotten, I think, every month a challenger from Buy Sell Trade. And on my clean eating groups monthly, I usually have 150 new people that I'm getting through Buy Sell Trade. So that's a great way to expand your market and get a few more new people. I am almost a diamond coach, so I'm focusing a little bit more on getting business building coaches because I have a lot of discount coaches now. But some of my discount coaches are getting results, and they're definitely wanting to move forward and continue to do that. So just continue to talk to as many people. Just really share your story. I've noticed the more vulnerable I become and the more pieces of my story that I've started to share, the more relatable I've come to other people, and they've been asking me a lot more questions. So on Instagram, I have been sharing a little bit more information, and then I've also shared a couple of videos on Facebook recently, just sharing a little bit more of my struggles with depression and how working out and eating healthy is helping me combat that. And I'm just getting a lot of comments and a lot of posts about people saying they really appreciate that. They felt like they were the only one going through that. So I know it's definitely hard to share, and it can be super hard to be vulnerable, especially when, you know, some of your friends and family are on there and you might not want to share it. But I've just really learned that if I can help people, it's worth it, and I'm changing my life for the better. I also will share my ups and downs, but I wait until I'm on the way back up. So if I've been going through a hard week, I'll talk about how now, because of Beachbody, I was able to make that hard week shorter. So maybe before I had fallen off with healthy eating and I would have fallen off for a whole week or a whole month. But now because of the accountability and support I have for my girls, I only fell off for like 3 days. So you can definitely share your negatives, but always make sure to turn them into a positive. And just be careful what you're sharing. I'll see some people say, Shakeology gives me a ton of energy, and then like 4 posts later, they'll say they're really tired. So people are watching you, they're watching your posts, and they're watching your journey. So just make sure you're very positive with people. And even if you're tired, maybe look at, did you get enough sleep? But you just don't need to put that on Facebook so people see, like, it's very contradictory. And why would someone be interested in signing up for Shakeology if you're telling them it gives you energy but you're still tired? So definitely just think about that, and just try to continue to build your market and offer free groups and free people that you can connect with. I'm still struggling a little bit with the conversion in the free clean eating group. So just make sure you're really talking to everyone in your clean eating groups. Consistent follow-up. Everyone I've signed up this month, actually, I don't even know. I've met them through Instagram or Facebook. So I've joined different like groups. I really like to travel, so I've joined several travel groups, and we'll just start a conversation with someone. And the second we say like 2 or 3 things back and forth to each other, I just send them a friend request. And about 90% of people accept my friend request. So I've gone from, I think, 400 friends on Facebook to about 1,200. So I'm just continually adding people to my Facebook, meeting more people, meeting people through Instagram, talking to friends of friends, and just giving them information and not ever making it awkward. I mean, people ask you all the time what you do. And if this is what you want to identify as your job and this is what you want to tell people you want to do, then like make this the focus instead of if you have a full-time job and you're trying to leave that full-time job, talk about this. Don't talk about your full-time job. Or you can say I'm in the midst of starting this, but the way to really share it is just tell people how it's helping you and how it's changing your life. And a lot of people will want more information and want to ask you about it. Does anybody have any questions or need any clarification? I can unmute you. If you guys have any questions, you can type them in the chat box. Carly also wants to say something too, so.
There you go.
So
hold on. Courtney, do you mind if I hop in really quick? Hey guys, Carly here. Sorry, I had my video muted. So Courtney is going. I had a feeling when you mentioned Crowdfire that somebody was going to ask about that. Courtney's going to do a whole call on it. Probably eventually. I don't know. I haven't really decided it. If you're my PS coach, it's in our PS coach page. You can see it there. I'm going to have Courtney and Sammy Scow do a team call on Instagram eventually in a little bit. But for right now, you guys, I don't want that to be your focus because you guys are brand new coaches. Your focus should be talking to people and really getting to know people on your Facebook friends list. I always suggest as new coaches using Instagram right off the bat is probably not the best use of your time. But if you really are wanting to like build your account and stuff like that, you can go to Crowdfire and look at the app. It's all explained there. So if you really want to go do it, I looked at it too. It's very self-explanatory. So go look at it there. I just don't want our time to get focused on that right now because it is a big topic. And this is really about new coach training and all of that. So if any of you have questions regarding anything that we've gone over in Rock the Basics so far, or something random for either myself, Courtney, or I see some of the other diamonds Vanessa's on. If you have a question that you'd like us to go over, please use the chat box or unmute yourself so that way we can know that you have a question. But other than that, I just wanted to say a quick note on the Facebook thing. Courtney made a great point about, contradicting posts, posts versus, what is that called? Versus like what you're posting about Beachbody. Like I think a lot of coaches get into this mindset where, they assume that their Beachbody posting has to be different than, their normal day-to-day posting. And it's almost like you separate the two. So like Courtney was saying, I see this all the time on my newsfeed. In the morning, you must have just read your personal development and you're like all gung-ho, right? And you make this awesome post about how Shakeology is changing your life and like Beachbody is amazing. And it's amazing. Like those are awesome posts. That's what I want to see. And then like a few hours later, I'll be scrolling again and the same person will be like, worst day ever. I'm in the worst mood. Like someone hit me, hit my car in the parking lot and didn't leave a note. And the person at Target in front of me was so slow and just like complaining. And here's the thing is you got to choose what you want your social media to be now. So this is me. I'm here to mentor you guys in business, right? If you don't want to make these changes, then don't. And don't be a successful coach. But if you want to be a successful coach and earn extra money for your family and change your family's life, change your life, I would be taking this advice. So don't use Facebook as a space to vent and just talk about anything and everything. Be intentional with what you're posting. Be intentional with the message that you're wanting to get across. Do I have bad days? Absolutely. But I talk about them in a way that spins into what I'm doing to better myself and what's going to come out of those bad days. Like Courtney said, she kind of waits until she's on the upswing of a bad day. I've been moving. Like I haven't been posting much recently. I've been really stressed out. I have something terrible going on in my personal life. Do you see me posting like F you and like you're this and blah, blah, blah. And, no, like I don't, because my voice on social media, I want to be a light in people's life. And I want, when somebody's seeing me on their newsfeed, I want them to know and trust that I'm going to have something bright for their day. So I'm not saying be fake and don't have bad days, because you're going to have bad days. We all have bad days, but you don't have to talk about it and you don't have to vent about it. Like I just saw a coach in Rock the Basics make a really passive aggressive status about something that I'm in the know about. And I knew about this and it's very passive aggressive. And it's just like, what do you want your message to come across as a new coach? Like, what do you want people to see you as on social media? And I want you to really think about that, because like I said, I'm here to mentor you in business, not how to grow your social media accounts. I'm here to mentor you in business. And if you're not here to grow your business, you don't have to be here, but you chose to be here. You're putting in the time, you're putting in the sacrifice. And if you want my advice, which I'm ranked number 7 out of 375,000 coaches, I would take my advice, is be a light. Be a light in people's lives. I cannot tell you how many messages I get from people who I don't even prospect myself. Trust me, I do tons of inviting myself, but people who come to me and they're just like, I've been watching you for like 2 years and I just can't get over like how positive you are. And you always are like so real. And even when you have a bad day, you explain how you're turning it into something positive and you always see the silver lining. And people have come to know me and my brand as something bright in their days and something that they can trust. So be that person and be consistent. And if you have a mission and you have a, what's that called? Like a purpose that you want to get across, be that to people on social media. Don't have people confused of what you're going to be posting. If I were to ask somebody, what do you think my next social media post would be? I'm sure somebody would say something about fitness, something about dogs, maybe a Bible verse, maybe something funny, or maybe like an e-card. Like that pretty much sums up my brand and who I am, or something about travel. Figure out who your brand is and who you want to be and post about that. People want to see lights. There's so many people on Facebook who say negative things. Be the person on people's newsfeed that are saying something positive, especially when it has something to do with Beachbody. Don't go 2 hours later talking about how tired you are. Like, keep a consistent message. If you're tired and you still have yet to do your workout, great status, instead of being like, oh, longest day ever, can't believe I still have to work out. Instead, it would be something like, longest day ever, I am absolutely exhausted. I'm so thankful for my Shakeology boost in the morning. It got me through my day. Now that I'm halfway through my day and I still have to work out, I'm so glad I have Beachbody Energized to get me through my workout and, fuel myself, to give it my all during my workout. If you don't know what Beachbody energizes, you probably didn't listen to the National Wake Up Call, so get on that. But things like that. See how the difference between I'm so tired and I'm so tired, but here's my light, right? So anyway, sorry, Courtney, I didn't mean to take over your call. I had to I was sitting here wanting to say something the whole time. So you guys, that was kind of a tangent, but it's also my tough love, because I do watch your guys' social media posts. Just because I'm not liking and commenting on everything does not mean I don't see it. And I make notes, especially for my personally sponsored coaches. I make notes, but also those, like the one I mentioned that I saw that very passive aggressive status last night. I noticed those too. So be a person in somebody's life on social media that they can trust to be something positive. Be that person. Sorry, Courtney. Floor is yours. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
You're all good. Also, just make sure that you guys figure out your brand, like Carly was talking about, and who you are. I have PCOS. I love to travel. I am single. I don't have kids. So I might do a how to eat healthy while traveling, where you might be a mom. So one of my new coaches is a mom, and I told her she should do her next clean eating group as a busy mom group. So just really figure out your identity, figure out who you're targeting, because the people that are going to want to come to you are people like you. And also, it's okay if you're on your journey, be a real person. And people will be inspired by the fact that you're starting and that you're continuing your journey and that you're not giving up no matter what. So people want to join you on your journey. You don't need to be perfect. Nobody can relate to perfect. They're going to relate to who you are as a person. Everybody has their bad days. Nobody eats clean 100% of the time. And if that's all you're showing, then people might not relate to you as well. So everyone do have cheat meals, and I will post my cheat meals and talk about how, hey, I eat clean 80% of the time, but when I decide not to, this is what I've had. And I'll talk about if I work out extra, if I know that I'm going to have a cheat meal or different things like that. So that's all I have for you guys. If you guys have any more questions, you guys can type them in the chat box or unmute yourself. But just like Carly said, be positive on social media, inspire people, and help people want to become better people. And just talk about how Beachbody is enhancing your life and making your life better, and why they would be interested in it, because people are attracted to positive things and they already have negative things at home and in their workplace. So I hate seeing negative posts on social media, and as I've been adding more and more people to Facebook, people I don't know, I'll see the F word and all these bad things, and I don't need negativity in my life. There's enough of that around. So just be positive to everyone that you can, and share your smile. People want to see all these wonderful things you're doing in your life, and randomly make videos. People like videos, and there's lots of pictures. Just put a 1-minute video about how your day is going. You can do it on your phone. You can do it in your car. You can do it anywhere. And just post in bits of your life, and just continue to share your story bit by bit. Leave those bagel crumbs out there. I post recipes a lot, but I never put the recipe. I'll post a picture of my food, and I'll say, if you want the recipe, send me a PM. That way it's a great way to get people to talk to you. If you post it, they can just write it down. But if they have to send you a message, then that's a great way to start a conversation. So just find ways to ask lots of questions and ask lots of people why you want to get people interacting. The more replies and comments you have on a post, the higher it gets in Facebook. I'm not completely sure how the algorithm works, but I know the more attention there is on a post, the higher it gets on people's news feeds. So the more questions you ask, the more interaction you get, the more likes your post will get, the more attention it will get. So ask a lot of questions, and just get people on your page talking. You guys have any questions? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. You guys have a little bit before the Team Iron Edge call. And I know you guys will all do awesome and be amazing coaches. And please keep doing your assignments and rock the basics, and let us know if you need any help.